The real story of Genghis Khan, unfiltered, untold, unforgettable. He was born with nothing, not a name, not a clan, only a cold wind and a cursed fate. Before he became Genghis Khan, the greatest conqueror in history, he was Temujin, a boy hunted by betrayal, starvation, and blood. This is the story they rarely tell, the painful childhood of the boy who conquered the world. A HistoriSync production. In the year 1162, deep in the rugged Mongolian steppe, a child was born under the shadow of war. His name was Temujin. The legend says he came into the world clutching a blood clot in his tiny fist, a sign of destiny among Mongols. It's a sign that this child was meant to conquer, but destiny does not make life easy. Temujin was the son of Yasuge, a minor chieftain of the Borjigin clan, a proud warrior, but with many enemies. His mother, Holin, was a strong-willed woman, once kidnapped and taken as a wife by Yasuge. From the very beginning, Temujin's life was shaped by violence and tribal hatred. At just 9 years old, Temujin was taken to another tribe, the Anjarat, to find a bride. It was tradition. And there he met Bert, a girl who would later become his wife and his greatest supporter. But as Temujin returned home, fate struck its first blow. His father Yasuge had been poisoned by enemies. With no leader to protect them, Temujin's family was cast out by their own tribe, abandoned. Banished to survive alone in the harsh steppe, with wolves, rival clans, and starvation stalking them daily. Temujin's family ate wild roots, rodents, and scraps. His younger brothers cried with hunger, but worse was yet to come. One night, as the wind howled, a fight broke out among the starving brothers. Temujin killed his half-brother Bektir, possibly over food, power. Some call it murder. There's a ruthless survival instinct. This was no childhood. This was war. As he grew, Temujin became a skilled rider, hunter, and warrior. But what made him dangerous was his mind. He remembered every betrayal, every injustice, every name, and he began forming secret alliances. One of his earliest friends and blood brothers was Jamuka, a boy from a noble family. They rode together, hunted together, and vowed eternal loyalty. But in time, Jamuka would become his greatest enemy. At age 16, Temujin married Bert. It was the first time he had stability, but peace would not last. Soon after, Bert was kidnapped by the powerful Merkit tribe. Temujin was still young, with no army, no power, but he did not hesitate. He rode out with borrowed men, forming an alliance with Togrul Khan of the Kurite and even Jamuka. Together, they rescued Bert in a daring raid. She was safe, but pregnant. The child, Joki, would live with doubts over his true father forever. But Temujin never wavered, accepted the child as his own. This act would later lead to deep divisions, even among his sons. Temujin's reputation was growing, began uniting smaller clans under his banner. Not through nobility, but loyalty. Promoted men by merit, not birth. And that terrified the tribal elite. The steppes were changing, but not everyone wanted change. Jamuka, his once blood brother, saw Temujin as a threat to the old order. Their friendship shattered. War was inevitable. In 1187, their armies clashed in the Battle of Dalon Baujet. Temujin lost, and those captured were boiled alive as a message. But failure did not break him, it forged him. He vanished for years, gathering loyal men, building alliances, reshaping Mongol society. He outlawed stealing from allies. He banned aristocratic privilege, and when he returned, he didn't come as Temujin. He returned as a storm. That is where the real conquest begins. The boy, born with nothing, had become the man every clan feared. But the rise of Genghis Khan was only just beginning. Next time, we witness the bloody war that united the Mongol nation, the betrayal of brothers, and the birth of an empire. If this story moved you, there's a lot more where that came from. Subscribe to HistoriSync and dive deeper into the untold, the legendary, and the forgotten. Because here, history doesn't fade, it lives.